Hello friends, my name is Mehmood Rahman Durani. Here this is my channel Accounting. Today our topic is debit and credit rules in accounting. Friends, today topic is most important because if someone don't know about the debit and credit rule completely, so he cannot do accounting. For accounting, debit and credit rules to be know most important. Friends, my name is Mehmood. I have done C articles, CPA Certified Public Accountant, BBS Bachelor of Business Studies, become Bachelor of Commerce. I have 6 year experience of job in multinational companies in different countries, and also experience I have 6 years of teaching. Friends, kindly subscribe my channel. You will get all my lectures and you can do easily all accountings, and someone can be a professional accountant if he follow my one by one lectures. Friends, share my channel and also like my channel. Friends, let's come our topic. Friends, if you not subscribe my channel still, kindly subscribe my channel. You will get all the accounting lectures. What is debit and credit rules in accounting? Friends, debit and credit are the base through we do our accounting entries in bookkeeping. Friends, left hand side is called debit, right hand side is called credit. Left hand side and right hand side of which left hand side of which uh, left hand side of ledger, left hand side of ledger and right hand side of ledger. I show you. I complete my definition. Friend, this is our ledger. This ledger we use in accounting for bookkeeping. Here date, particulars. This is left hand side and this is right hand side. Left hand side is called debit, right hand side is called credit. Now you get easily this definition what is left hand side and what is right hand side. So friends, if someone get the debit and credit rules, so inshallah he can do all accounting easily. Friends, assets, we have 5 elements. We have 5 elements in accounting. Assets, liability, capital, revenue, expense. Friends, debit and credit rule, these 5 elements will be debit and credit in overall accounting. How it will debit and how it will credit, today we will learn this, how it will debit and how it will credit. Let's come to know. Friends, when asset will debit, when asset will credit. Asset will debit when asset increase. Asset will credit when asset decrease. How asset will increase? When we buy asset increase. Asset come in to a business, it will increase. How asset will decrease? When asset disposed mean when our asset life finished and asset is old and asset is no more can be used for working, like machine life is 20 years and it is old, it cannot work more, so it is finished. So we will do disposal entries, so it is disposed. So asset will decrease. When asset sale, asset will decrease. Asset going out from the company, from the factory, it will decrease. Okay friends, this is our first element, asset. When asset will debit, when asset increase. How asset increase? When we buy the asset, when asset come into the factory. When and asset will credit when asset decrease. How asset will decrease? When we dispose the asset. Asset is old, asset is finished, asset cannot work more. And when asset sale, when asset is going out. Our second element is liability. Liability will debit when liability decrease. When our liability is decreases, it is opposite of the asset. Liability will credit when our liability increases. How liability decrease? Liability will debit when liability decrease. How liability decrease? Our liability will decrease when we pay our account payable. Our liability will decrease. Okay, liability will credit when liability increase. How liability increase? When we buy on credit. Very simple, friends. These are basic rules. If someone get these basics, he can do on this base any entry in accounting. When liability will credit when it increase. How liability increase? When we buy for our business on credit. Okay, we will do each one entries. Capital. Friends, capital is credit nature. Capital will credit for revenue. Revenue or sale. Revenue or sale is a credit nature. Revenue and sale will be credit in accounting. Fifth, expenses. Expenses are debit nature. Expenses will be debit. Expenses will be debit in accounting. Friends, capital will credit because capital have a credit nature. I will do entry now of capital. Revenue and sale have credit nature and it will credit. Expense have debit nature, it will debit. Always expense will be debit. Sale will always credit. Sale will always credit. Expense will always debit. Friends, let's come we do entries. How it will debit and how it will credit. How debit, how credit. Let's we do entry. Our first one is asset. We say asset will debit when asset increase. Asset will credit when asset decrease. Okay. This is ledger. Left hand side debit, right hand side credit. date, particulars, next. Okay, friends, this is asset. We are doing asset. So cash is our asset. This is cash ledger. Cash is our asset. This is cash ledger. Okay, now we do entry for our cash. For our asset, we bought machinery. We purchased the machinery of $50,000. So machinery is asset. Machinery come to business. Come here, like check. Machinery is asset. Machinery will be debit because now machinery increase because we buy. Machinery, we buy. Machinery come into the business. So machinery will debit. Why machinery debit? Again I am saying machinery increase because we buy the machinery and machinery come to the business, so machinery will debit. Friends, what will credit? Cash will credit. Our cash gone against machinery, $50,000, right? Here we will write date. Machinery debit, cash credit. Cash is asset. Asset is credit when asset decrease. Our cash decrease. Our cash is going from us. We told going out. Our cash is going out. So machinery debit, cash credit. Why cash credit? Because cash is asset and asset here decrease. Why machinery debit? Because machinery is asset and here machinery increase. Both sides 50,000, both sides equal. One side we do debit, second side we do credit. This is called double entry system. Double entry system. Friends, our second element is liability. Friends, I told you liability will be debit when it decrease. Liability will be credit when it increase. Okay, we do example of liability through our ledgers. Left hand side debit, right hand side credit, left hand side, right hand side. Here we will write particulars. Here date, Okay friends, now we do example of liability. For example, we purchase, this is our account payable liability, we purchase on credit. So what will we do? Our liability will be, we purchase on credit. So now our liability will increase, and when our liability increase, so it will credit. Okay, we purchased, so purchased will be debit. For example, we purchase machinery. Machinery is asset, and asset here increase, right? $50,000. But we purchase this machinery on credit. So this will become our account payable, right? Our account payable will be increase, and therefore liability account payable will be credit. Account payable is our liability. It will increase because we purchase on credit. We purchase from A, B, C. We will credit our creditor name. Now our liability increase. When our liability increase, I show you, when our liability increase, it will credit 50,000. 50,000. This is example of liability increase. Liability increase, account payable increase. Now I give you example of liability decrease. Friends, we pay here in this ledger debit left hand side, right hand side credit, particulars, debt, and friends, now we pay to ABC company. So we pay to ABC company. So what will credit? Our cash will go $50,000. Cash is asset. Cash is going. Cash is decreasing. It is credit, right? And we pay to ABC. So ABC is our account payable. Creditor. It is our account payable. It is our liability, and liability here decreasing. So I told you, when liability decrease, it will debit. So liability will be debit $50,000, both sides equal. It is called double entry system. I tell you again, we paid the cash of machinery which we bought on credit. So cash is going, cash is decreasing, and cash will credit 50,000. And machinery ABC is our supplier name, right? Creditor name. So ABC is our liability, account payable, liability decreasing, liability L, liability decreasing. So when liability decrease, then it will debit. So here we do debit. Now we do our third element third element is capital. Capital is credit nature. It will credit now I show you this through example, through ledger. Debit, credit, particulars. Okay, this is capital ledger. Friends, our business owner start a business. Owner start a business. Here owner start a business. So he start business from $50,000. From 40, for example, from $30,000. $30,000. So he will bring cash. Cash is our asset. Cash is increasing and cash will debit. Business owner is bringing capital. I told you capital will credit. It have credit nature. So capital 30,000 will credit. Both sides equal. 4. Revenue or sale. This is sale ledger. Left hand side, right hand side, debit, credit, particulars, debt. Friends, our business do a sale of $50,000. So cash is asset. Cash increase. Cash come to the business. So cash will debit. And sale is credit nature. Our sale will credit. $50,000. $50,000. Friends, kindly subscribe my channel. In next lecture, I will show the ledgers entries and journal entries and bookkeeping. Also, in upcoming lecture, I will show the purchase entry, sale entry in detail, and tax, VAT, value added tax, input VAT. All I will show you in the upcoming lectures. So kindly subscribe my channel. If you subscribe my channel, then all will lectures will come to you. Kindly press the bell button also. It will update all the lectures. 5 number is element is expense. Expense is credit nature. Always will credit. Okay. I show you now. Expense is debit nature. Expense is debit nature. Revenue is credit nature. Always credit. Expense is debit nature. Now I will show you how expense will debit. Left hand side, right hand side. Left hand side debit, right hand side credit. particulars, date, for example, rent is our expense. I told you rent expense is debit nature, so rent will be debit $10,000. Cash is our asset. Cash is decreasing. Cash will be credit $10,000. Friends, these are debit credit rules. Kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell button to get all my lectures. Thank you, friends. Thank you, friends, to give me opportunity. Kindly subscribe my channel. If you will subscribe my channel, you will get inshallah all my lectures, and you will get all accounting help, and you will become a professional accountant. Thank you.